Hey guys, welcome back to another video. What we're going to be talking about today is what I do as a software engineer. I just figured I could provide some more detail to you guys on a day in my life, what I work on, how I collaborate with my team, and just the different kinds of things that consist of my day. So let's just get right into it, right? So what I do in my career, mainly been focused on, full stack web development as well as backend development. So in the past, I've worked on, web apps where I've done the front end and the back end, mostly using React on the front end and Node.js on the back end. And then I also have worked a lot, like in mostly backend roles, where I worked mostly with databases, so SQL Server and Postgres, and then also stuff like Node and ASP.NET. So currently the work I do is directly related to the product that our customers use, that our users are using. And so the process of, working on a feature that is directly visible by the users themselves has several steps and is handed over to different people in the company. So usually what happens is that we have a product manager that decides what feature to build, that looks at data and decides, okay, now we're going to build this thing. And then what they do is they decide what's going to be built, and then they pass it off to a designer who, takes the feature requests, implements it into the app, decides how it's going to look, how the user experience is going to be, how the interfaces, everything is going to be. And then once they have some mock-ups or like a wireframe or something like that, the designer then passes those on to the software engineers that work on implementing and shipping the feature, right? So in this case, there could be several engineers, the iOS engineers or Android engineers that are working on the client side, and then backend engineers that are making stuff happen from the backend. So a designer would usually have a meeting with all of the engineers, and then we kind of discuss the pain points, stuff that we're confused about, information that we kind of need more clarification on, and then we kind of build a feature, right? And this usually takes a week or two, maybe more, if the feature that we're shipping is a much bigger one, much more complex. Right? So let's just get an example, right? So let's say you're working for a food delivery app. What would happen is that the product manager would say, okay, I want a button on the homepage that lets you reorder your last order, for example, right? So then the designer, what they would do is take this feature request, okay, then kind of make a mock-up of the app or a wireframe of the app and showing how it's going to look within the app, where this button's going to be, the spacing, all this kind of stuff that is really, really precise. And then they're going to have a meeting with the software engineers, show them what they've come up with, clarify anything that could be confusing, and then the software engineers should work on shipping and building the product. So as you can kind of tell, it's a very collaborative process. There's usually many people involved when shipping a feature. And although we all bring our own kind of expertise, we usually make certain decisions together. And it really is a nice collaborative process where everyone gets to be heard, everyone's opinions get to be heard, and then this moves very quickly. And so, like I said before, a week or two, and the feature gets shipped, gets tested, and then we move on to something else. So because so many people are involved in one project, we have constant meetings to keep everyone in the loop with what everyone is working on, so everyone knows what each person is working on, so that if we need any help, we clarify that immediately so that you can get the help required, or if there's some unknowns or something that you don't understand, so that you can also get that information you need as well. So we have constant meetings keeping everyone in the loop so that there's like complete transparency within the company. For an average day, I would say around 20% of my time would be spent, in meetings or collaborating with other of my team members, getting clarification, helping other people, stuff like that. And then I'd say around 80% is spent on like building a feature, building a product, and actually just straight up coding. That's what my time would be mostly spent by. And, some days there's more meetings, less coding. Some days there's more coding, less meetings. Some days there's no meetings and only 8 hours of coding that I can just do all day. And so, it really varies, and this change of pace is actually kind of good for, maintaining a good balance. So guys, I hope this kind of gave you a more deeper look into what a day in the life of a software engineer is like. I know I've made videos like this in the past, but I just wanted to clarify like exactly what I do on a day to day. So let me know in the comments below what you think. If you guys want to let me know your day-to-day activities or whatever you want, feel free to leave a message below. And if you like the content, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Have fun.